little sliver of anarchy.
Hello guys, hope you're having a wonderful start of the league. This is a quick recap of the day 1 of my league started that was Cold DoT Elementalist, and the build guide is from Triple Beer and you can find it in Maxroll, and that the links are going to be in the description. I want to start by saying that the build is absurd, okay? The build is incredibly amazing, and in this video I want to show you some of the early gameplay of the build and tell you my own experience. Yesterday I got to level 76, I completed the 3 first labs, and I'm currently running the Y tier maps. I have already completed 16 of them. So hear me out. From Act 6 and on, after doing the Lily's quest, I started running Determination and Grace as my only 2 auras, okay? I never used a damage aura until now that I'm using Malevolence as a blessing aura, and I never felt that the damage was lacking at all. It was quite the opposite. The damage felt amazing through the whole campaign. Really, I never played a build that with so little did so much in the campaign. And you might be asking now, what's special in this build that made that possible? So this is the interesting part that we can learn for the future. This is my current POE, and judging by my experience, I see that the key comes from using multiple skills that each one stacks with each other, and it does its independent damage. So for example, we have here the main link that is we have Vortex, Crippling Frost, and we also have in a separated link the Cold Snap, okay? So we are going to be constantly using these 3 skills. Vortex in particular is going to be activated with our left click mouse button, so you won't have to cast it, and then you will have to cast Crippling Frost and Cold Snap, interchanging between them all the time. And as you can see, this is a very odd and unusual setup where we have more than 1 skills in the same setup linked together with the same support skills, right? We usually have 1 skills and then we have all of these support skills. Here we have 2 of them, and we have a separated link with another skill. And this is the full DPS from all of these set skills, and as you can see, it's pretty damn good, especially considering that this gear is from the campaign and it's pretty damn bad. And I'm gonna show you in game here. There. And as you can see, I'm using a Visco Leash that I got that I dropped from a monster. I'm using this that's level 31 shield. It has literally nothing. It has life and not much else. I use it. It has an implicit for spell damage and some block. And this amulet, it has literally nothing again. It has some strength, so I can use the other gear. Then this is life and resistance, this is life and resistance, and the one is pretty good. It has Cold DoT over time and +1 level to all spell skill gems, and the rings are basically stats and life and rest, and that's basically it. And coming out of the campaign in this state, having over 70,000 damage, that's a pretty good sign that the build is working pretty damn good. So to wrap up, using 2 or more skills, you can think as dealing double damage, but the special ingredients we have here is that these skills does damage over time. So that allows you to overlap the damage of multiple skills, meanwhile the effects of those skills are ongoing. That and the fact that the numbers and DOT in general in PoE are in a good place. Then from the ascendancy, the Elementalist is just incredible. For example, look at these nodes. We have here the first node that increases our exposure to the enemies, stripping down all of the resistances that these can have. Then we have Convergence that increases your AoE and your damage automatically when you need it the most. And then finally we have the Natural Shock that acts as an external more multiplier that affects the enemies that you hit with any kind of damage. So in essence, we have a great ascendancy with a great use of skills mechanically, and that equals simply to an amazing build. So to finish the video, I will leave you with some gameplay from white maps just after getting out of the campaign for you to see how it looks like, and see you guys in the next video.